And guten Tag. Hello, I know what I was doing. I was setting up the live event. Well done me, I knew there's something I'd forgotten. 16.4. Some more of it. There we go. Hello, Dylan. That was very quick, Dylan. I haven't even got the game open. I'm awake, can you tell? I have work later on, so I thought I'd try and stream really obnoxiously early. See how it goes. I also have the remains of a cup drink, so my apologies if I'm slurping occasionally. So, we did the Blood Moon. It was really underwhelming. It is now 6 AM on the same morning. I like it when that happens. Hello, Zach Bacon. I think that's the repair done. That was, again... So I need more windows, and I need a roof. And for that I'm going to need wood, because all my wood went into making this spike pit. How are we doing for tree? I nearly said feet. You know, tree feet, the things that trees grow from. Now I've been reworking the farms bits. We've got these bigger fields, which you can't see. Ah, no, I got the mining helmet back. So this tree in the middle is going to get cut down. I'll plant another one in there next time it grows. Oh, hello. I need to make a new beat stick, because that one's nearly worn out. So I'm level 19 already. I snuck up on me. Alright, I'm not going to make a new beat stick then. I'm going to hope that I can level up again. Right, all these trees are 600 grade. Ah! Ah! Do not want. Wanting, this is a not situation. Also, that looks kind of gross on high graphics settings. Yeah, these high graphics settings kind of just... I might turn them down a little. Yep. No, I didn't die. It's something. So I need to make a new yucca juice. I need to sort out that storage locker. So I need saplings. What do I need to store here? Oil. These can come downstairs. They can come downstairs. Those are food. What are they doing up here? Right then, so that's medicinal. Those are medicinal. That's food. I'm gonna make more eggs and bacon soon. Yeah. Those can go in there. Oh, I'm carrying cash. Done that again. Cotton scraps. Right, let's make more bandages. Gun brass needs to come downstairs. Can of parts. Bullet. Am I being blind? I don't think I'm being blind. I'm just being slow. We have some mechanical parts, which is a good start. Go in the cans cupboard. And go back in the medical cabinet. I'm still carrying that cash. Good times. So I might have some people jump on, but they'll need to be awake first, and I don't know when that's going to happen. So, might be a little while. I've got enough leather to make another poncho for one lucky person. I don't think I'm being blind. I think. Oh yeah, I was melting down all those steel shovels we got, because steel shovels that are that great are kind of useless to us, not gonna lie. Oh, I already had frames. Well done, me. This game looks awesome. Alright, I'm not gonna complain. It's a fun game. I've got many thousands of hours in it. That is not to say the game is not without its flaws, of which there are kind of a lot. Also, this is not the current version of the game, it's the previous version of the game, because I had a bit of the nostalgia for it. Not the spicy nostalgia, just the regular nostalgia, but... Might be a problem. Shoot. 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 No morning horde, I think it's just the night before horde then. Oop. Then again, I did get dogs. Oh. 2 dogs is an odd number. The cowboys will sometimes drop guns, and the workmen will sometimes drop tools. Let's see how much of this is RNG and how much of this is... Shoot. Bad zombie. Hey, nice pair of cowboy boots. And a shirt that I can't wear because it'll be too hot. Right. Need to start planting more trees, don't I? But look at that, I have saplings. Now if you grow them in the desert, they'll only grow so big, but they look really quite nice. It's more of an aesthetic choice at that point. Do you want trees for aesthetics, or do you want trees to do things? Well, for wood, mainly. Turn it. What's the words? Words with words. Words. Okay, there eventually. Ornamental trees? Is that what I'm just trying to think of and failing? Boop. Boop the snoot. Hey there, fella. Do you want the boop? Boop. Boop. There was a board eel on the shoreline. I wanted to slice up because I need animal fat. What are the major flaws? The game has a habit of crashing arbitrarily. Sometimes it'll get massive frame dips or like stuff like that for no discernible reason. It is still... I've played Ark Survival Evolved a year or two ago, and it uses more resources than Ark. Sometimes. It's a really fun game, but it's just... Never get too attached to a save game, basically. As I don't think there was ever a save game that we left because we were bored. I think we've always left them because the save file just slowly would corrupt, which I hope they've fixed by now. This is a stable version after all. I think there were some stables while we were playing. It might have gone better, but I know at least for a while stability issues were a big problem. For example, I think it was the Norway save we had. I named more European countries. It started out as kind of a joke, and then I kind of had to keep going for consistency. But yeah, the Norway save had the problem of Disconar couldn't access any of his tool storage. Or any of his storage at all, in fact. So every time he would relog in, he would need to, you know, break into his own house. Which started to become a problem once he got stuff like vault doors. Because when you have to break down a steel door to get into your house, it's, yeah. I mean, his house was really, like, you know, well defended and durable, but that's not so reassuring when you're locked out. Trying to think of things. Stuff like people would just fall through the map for no obvious reason. That was a fun one. That's the thing. For all of these problems, I'm still playing it. So, it's got that going for it. It's, you know... It's never made me, like, rage quit with frustration. Like some games have. So... So, by the way, for anyone who's like, oh, rage quitting's for, like... Rage quitting is a good idea sometimes, because it stops you making more damage to your save file. Like the, well, I've just lost everything, better go and re-equip with my secondary gear, and then go and lose all of that. 2 more times. Don't know what you mean. So, I am almost up to the next level. Nice. So where should I go and explore? I could explore to the north. I could explore to the east. I'll go to the east. Let's go and see what that road looks like. There should be some cars along this road, and then I have something nice to loot in them. Because I do need another wrench on my upcoming projects. Because I want to get a work table. And it's one of those things of, until you get your first one, it never rains but it pours. Like when you're looking for leather to make your first, you know, forge and you need the bellows, you can spend... I think at one point I spent 2 weeks in-game just trying to find leather. Probably I wasn't looking right, but you know, I spent 2 weeks trying to find it. And then as soon as I got it set up, it attracted a pack of wolves. So I went from stone tools, and a few odds and ends of metal ones, to complete metal tools, like overnight, because I've just gathered so much root material. So, you know, it has its ups and downs. Right, let's loot this ruin here. I also do the thing where I clear breeze blocks off the road, so that when I later on have a mini bike or whatever, I don't have to worry about, you know, hitting them. I also take all the chairs. These chairs are delicious. Yeah, would I recommend this game? Yeah. Would I recommend Alpha 17? Yeah. But, with the addendum, they're different games. Because in this one, where I'm just running around and doing looting, that's worth a teeny amount of XP in 17.4. It's worth some, but it's not enough to get by. Like, if you get 1 XP per axe swing, it's generally like 4 axe swings per tree, it'll take you cutting down 250 trees to get the average XP of a zombie. And, you know, consider that if you're planning on doing anything like that. I'm gonna make 3 more arrows as a way of clearing out some inventory. Because I don't want to smash this boulder. Because I can. Am I dropping anything? No. I come out here looking for cars. I'm not suggesting I might have a bit of the ADD or whatever it is. But, oh look, a zombie. Hey little fella. Boop. Boop. Am I wearing a shirt? I was. Me, an intellectual. Let's search this side of the road first. Hey there, fella. Boop. 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 I do like that if you break their legs and arms, they can still attack and hurt you. Oh yeah, we got a bootleg wrench. Anything else around the house? Yeah, the bootleg wrench will be very helpful. Imagine having this many, what's it called? Did I stack that lever earlier? I don't remember. Did I get lever? Go back to the house anyway and drop off some of this stuff. Hey there, fella. You want a boop? Boop. Boop. Yeah, as I was saying, in Alpha 17 you'd have to cut down like 250 trees to get the equivalent of 1 zombie. Well, based on 4 swings sort of thing. Which, you know, if you've got a lot of trees and you're in for the slow game, that's fine. The problem is the zombies, it'll take you up to level 20, I think, until you can, I think it's either 10 or 20 to get a forge, and then another level after that to get, oh, a lot of them. It's level 10 or 20 to get the forge, and then it's like level 20 or 30 to get iron tools. So you have to go out looting. You can't, you know, you can't do what I used to do and just be a hermit for a while. Damn, they did a number on this place. So yeah, I saw this during the Blood Moon, I think. They blew up a car. But yeah, patience is indeed a virtue, but at the same time, you know, the fact that it takes such a long time and such a lot of XP to get anything done really on that one is kind of a buzzkill. Because it's, you know, hey, I want to do this. You can't do this. Understandable. Have a nice day. Right, so we're going to start building up iron in the forge, because we'll need that for stuff. Not got any canned food to put away. Got Got some sandwiches and some eggs. Got some seeds. Got metals and stuff to put in the box above the forge. We've got that ever important spare wrench. So, did we in fact acquire... I think we got more hide? I don't remember. I'm assuming it's not just on the floor. I'd hope I'd have noticed. What was I saying? Yeah, looking for mechanical parts. That's the current task for today. So we've got the wrench. I can make hammers. So we're going to go out to the roads. It's also giving me time for the trees to grow, because the trees, I think, grow one size every day, generally, as an approximation. Doesn't like the forge bug they fixed in 17.4. Which forge bug is that, Socky? Just so we're on the same page. Ah, yeah, he does that. I'm not complaining that Omegon, like, shares my channel. It's just I never know what to, you know, respond with. It's like, what am I gonna... I mean, I could shill Omegon's channel. Whoop. Yeah, Omegon is a nice person, so you know. He's got that going for him. Get a lot of decapitations with the axe. Can't imagine why. Alright, let's make ourselves a new yeet stick. Ah, yeah. That is a very useful thing where you just go, oh no, I've got this thing that's going to take me 5 minutes to cook. Or this thing that takes 5 seconds. Oops, I swapped them over. Could you not? This is not an optimal situation. Right, so that is a hoodie. That is the boring generic one. It's getting scrapped. Might come back and hack up the bodies later if they're still there. We will see. No, I'll say when the house is a bit more secure, I'm going to crank up the forge and just start cooking glass all the time, basically. To attract zombies. Whee! Dickhead. That wasn't even you. One just died. And or got injured. You're making me use up my axe here, dude. Come on. You know what I forgot to do because I'm clever? There we go. Nearly didn't make a better one. I'm gonna fill up on junk before I even get there. Come on. Eat the yeet stick. Or in this case. See? The Antifa technique. They can't withstand it. Right, we're on a road. It hopefully goes to somewhere, not nowhere. I'm not sure what they're trying to do with 18, because all the adverts I've seen for it on like the Discord activity page are stuff like, hey, we're adding new books. Hey, we're fixing the bridges. And it's like, okay then. I don't really care. So being that way, oh, I'm hungry. No, this is Navezgane. I'm just a little out of practice. Ooh. Now I could start dismantling these cars, but I want to find the, you know, like the burned out shells. They, I think, still drop mechanical parts. Might be completely wrong on that one. Yeah, I think I'm technically playing with some lovely American peoples who are playing 17.4, and it's good fun. It's just they start playing about the time I'm meant to be going to bed, which means I have to play in the morning for a bit, and it's not, you know, it's not too convenient, especially if I'm playing 16.4 and they're playing the other one. So. I remember which things are good for mechanical parts. Hello there, lady. Oh, there's a thing I need to do here. Gone fault. Yes, I'm wearing out a 287 hoe. Wait. Oh. Oh. I was smashing up bricks for no reason. I mean, if you want to jump in, Socky, but it's, I don't know, it's up to you. So I'm going to start wrenching up the, just the shells of the cars, not the ones that are good for loot still. See, there's ones down here. I'll wrench up the ones like that I need space in my bag. So at one point I think I'd wrenched up, ooh, I dread to think how many cars, to 0 gain. And then I know we just had a load of bikers on these. You know what I meant to do? Let's at least get the first level of that. Yeah, that's 6, so I should now have 8-ish. There you go. What's in the duffel bag? Bits of a shotgun. Drunk bird, he's a bird and he's drunk and got lost because he's a bird. Another scrap cart. I shouldn't get anything too chunky out of this. Yeah, no particular goal today other than, I'm trying to get a workbench. Now I know this isn't a great wrench and I've not got a very good skill in it, but the animation's quite good now. It's got that going for it. Ooh, electrical parts. What can I drop? Me, an intellectual. There we go. Should have gone visit a trader, shouldn't I? Nah, I need iron quite badly at the moment. Besides, I can come back. Oh, hello there. Hello there. I like this new club. Yeah, I try and leave the cars are in good condition, as they can drop loot again in future. Oh yeah, that'll be a thing. Password, put it in the box. I think you're still on the server. It seemed culturally irrelevant. Like a week ago. Going to poop the snoot. Good times. How am I hot? I'm wearing like a poncho and everything. Mediocre. This house is going to get awfully cramped if everyone decides to play at once. Yup. Ah, well, that jump timing was amazing. Let's try that again. We're up to 11 mechanical parts, and I think we need 20, so that's good. Nothing else to go in there. Should make myself a wardrobe sometime. Got a lot of gasoline now. Might as well store the blocks in there for now. I don't need to carry them around. Let's go to the cabinet of medicine. Just off offload that for now. I know I've got more use out of it, but someone else can always use it. How far away is our sock puppeted friend? Any of these trees grown yet? Not yet. Nearly 8 o'clock. Now I could go down to the house that's over there sometime. Or I can try and look for more burned out cars. I got a torch and a beat stick. What could go wrong? Oh, my light was on. Oof. Surprising amount of stuff near the house that's just not been looted yet. So I'm going to get some taps from one of these houses. I'm going to have a nice, aesthetically pleasing kitchen. It's going to be a nice time. Oh yeah, for anyone who does YouTube streaming, the new go to live control room thing is awful. It might be better once you've looked into it more, but at the first glance it is awful. Not sure if there's like an optimal zombie to try and hunt to gather, you know, resources, but burning zombies are kind of easy. That one was carrying oil. It seems poorly thought out. Well, my quest for cars in the darkness is going well, isn't it? If the BBC is led to believe, this is what the UK will look like on the 1st of November. A charred and desolate wasteland. I should make a new bow. It's a nice reliable metric. You start finding some houses that have bookshelves in them. Ah! Doggo Land. Nothing wrong with Doggo Land. It's a lovely place. I'd show the chat where, but we need to become and friends. I have 22 points to spend. Can I get more? No, I need more levels for that. Let's get some more sexual Tyrannosaurus though. The Daily News, flu epidemic. With a picture of the Joker by the look of it. Nuclear. Nuclear flu. Standing on the edge of the Kleenex factory. Yeah, not sure who might join us, but it is, as I say, very early in the morning. Oh, yeah, it is Deersville. That was Dyersville. We'll swap D and the R around at some point, I'm sure. Let's make good decisions by increments. No delicious leftovers. However, I can now eat the bacon and eggs. Oh, it's getting quite late. I should be heading back. At some point, I do plan to actually loot the hospital. Every time I've gone to do it in the past, someone else has gotten there first, and on one occasion, blown the whole thing up. Very rude. Oh, nice. And another mining helmet. That will make my run home through the woods that bit much more pleasant. Hello there. Okay, I need to run it that way. Oh yeah, the other thing, as I would say is a problem with my, at least, classic way of playing this game with Alpha 17 is you can't be a hermit farmer unless you get obscenely lucky early on. So one of the strategies on here would be you find a nice place by a lake and, you know, you can just about get by eating, like, you know, berries for a few days if you need to. Generally, if you're in some woods, there'll be, like, deer and stuff. Can have a nice time. I think I actually streamed from one of those servers. And, yeah, you can generally have a kind of a pleasant time with it. But you can't do that because you need to farm on Alpha 17 unless you are very good at finding, like, food caches. Why do gather supply crates do that more? But, I don't know. Oh. I feel I may be getting a sore throat. Because my, you know, sore throat symptoms are a thing. Oh, I'm on fire. I'm cold, but I'm on fire. What a time to be alive. Well, we got some more mechanical parts. Soon we'll be able to make a workbench for the house. Yep. Nearly missed. And left the door open. Stylish. Should we start melting down some of these hose? Hose mad. Anything for the kitchen? I have an egg. What am I doing? That's a good question. What am I doing in this situation? Well, I got some bits of shotgun. That'll be very helpful in the coming zombie apocalypse. Oh, and I'm carrying literal shit. Right, I need some more iron. How are we doing for food, as I'm currently out of readily available? Make some cornbread, because everyone likes cornbread, right? So it's 7, so I need 8. I'll make an extra 15. Oh, I can make some eggs and bacon as well. Put the meat away. Good if you could, like, just domesticate chickens in this game. I know at that point then, you know, you're playing Ark or Minecraft, but, you know. That should be enough. Should get some more lighting in here, shouldn't I? Kind of seems a lot darker than I did before. Do have plenty of wood though. So I need how many windows? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 20, 28? Let's go 28, I can always have spares. Every few windows. It's kind of nice you can have them slightly open, but they don't fill in the corners, which is inconvenient. That's not the right button, that's the steam overlay. Alright, now I need a roof. I'm going to have a solid roof. I'm going to put an oven, a secondary roof, as it were, over the top. Afterwards. how the game works for a second then. So, frame in the ceiling. My plan will be to drop down gracefully onto the balcony below. And by gracefully, read fall. So, I plan on doing a low pitch roof because I don't expect it to rain much. So, wedge tips. Now the house is 5 blocks long, which is 12, 13, 15. So I'm going to need 30, 60 of these. And I'm going to need 60 of these, with some extras. I did not think this through. I did not think this through. Because I'll build like this, will I not? I'm feeling how wide the house is. See, I come to do the roof at long last and then I forget how I needed to do it. So I do need 60 of these frames. I'm going to do those bits from the outside. Might take down the frames inside looking at this. That will be to have some kind of cloth lintel. Oh, I ran out of wood. Well, now I can start on the other question of, does this work? It does not. So I was hoping to put these on the top edge like that, but higher. Get some fences. But there is a roof going onto the house. Now I could keep the drop ceiling. I don't think I'm going to lose much if I do. It keeps it consistent with the ground floor. Need scaffolding to go up the outside. None of these trees are growing. Hopefully they'll grow by morning. I mean, I could Minecraft it, but, you know. By some standards. I know what I can do, in terms of attempting to be useful. Just gonna knock out the foundation blocks to replace them with these. Especially as I now have a fairly quick mining ability. Fun never starts here, does it, chat? I was hoping we'd get some, you know, the post-Blood Moon Horde, all that jazz, and no, nothing really. I might make some funky walling to go in on the garage side. Not sure I should do that out of wood or stone. Wood would be more in keeping with the rest of the project, but these long 7 days to die nights with not much to do. Unless, of course, chat, you want me to go into the mine. I could do that. I should think of something else to talk about, because this is going to be really, really dry. There we go. Now I could put the stone in across there, but I think keeping the floor consistent looks better. I could go put those in place. Let's start on this end. That will be fun, won't it, everyone? So fun. So, middle of the roof, one block out. Line on the left, one across each. Next. How about those current events? Am I right, fellas? And rotational asymmetry. Oh yeah, I got wood from doing that, didn't I? Now, part of me's just gone. Wedges. Plates. Wedges and plates. Is that a thing you can make in wood? It is. Got how long the nights are in this game, sorry Jack. I could just go out and risk the night time, to be honest, at this point. do I go with one of these blocks? Like that? Or I could go with... I know what I can go with. So on face. Oh, okay, not on face then. One thing I do like about this game, the amount of rotational options you get for blocks. That sounds really, really dull, but once you played Minecraft for a bit, you'll definitely know what I mean. I kind of want to change the entire side of the roof now. Aww. It's also nearly 3 AM, so that's good. I managed to waste most of the night. I am wasting the most of the night. All about that ass. Pathetic. There we go. So it'll look slightly more like a roof when it's done. Slightly. Alright, let's jump over here. It's kind of boring looking, but it's starting. It is legitimately now a thing that could be said that this building has a roof. Just a really boring one. So I should store up a bunch of this junk and go look for more mechanical parts, because those trees are not growing. Oops. Falling through the map surface. Falling through the map. Yeah, slowly gathering additional iron supplies. So... oh, it's cooking. So, I went north. I guess I'm gonna head to Doggerland again today then. Doggerland it is. Also, Socky, if you are watching, I did send you. Ah, you've accepted it, okay. Me, unintellectual. Ah, he's to the north, okay. Southwestish. I remember at one point I was just making huge amounts of tarmac roads just through the desert, all the quick paths. So I'm heading for those chimneys. Plenty of iron on me. Got all my medical stuff. I should probably use a bandage. Well, I should probably just eat. My person was complaining they were hungry. I was an intellectual today and I had a McDonald's breakfast because I'm trash. Not that McDonald's is trash. McDonald's is lovely. I am trash. Only 2 days left of coming off these pills. I am definitely tired of them. As the effects on my nervous system slowly wear off, I feel differently better or worse, depending. Oh look! Knackers! It's a shame there won't be any more of Bottom. It wouldn't be the same without Rick. It'd just be Eddie sitting alone in his flat. Sad now. A lot of backpacks out here. What level of construction tools do I have? Construction tools, level 11. There we go. It's going to be a high yield. Brimstone tires. Stylish. And so I saw you, pigeon. On the wing. A hunting knife is going to make things much more pleasant on that front. Nearly had a wrench, that's, I guess, fortuitous timing. That's 4 more mechanical parts, so we must be getting close now. I can spy an air conditioner over there. Oh no, it's just a weird looking trash can. That is no longer a weird looking trash can. Alright then. Oh nice, another one. This shouldn't take too long. So this reminds me, I haven't cracked a safe in ages. So I remember the old-fashioned trick of you just knock out the ground around a safe to make this easier. Part of me wonders if I knocked out the entire base. Obviously the whole thing would fall down, but would it destroy any of these loot boxes inside? Alright then. Right, we have 3 inventory slots. Alright. Will these be better stuff up these? I'm just a bit disappointed as well. Ladders, my nemesis. Alright then. Texture pop. Oh yeah. These sometimes drop steel. Yeah, it's kind of bootleg. A lot of guns here. I'll take the bullets at this point, I've got a better gun at home. Why not take the gas barrels? I might stop being that guy. I went well previously. Just come around, repair everything, you know. The place look nice again. Ooh. No. Right, I guess I'll restore my meat in this desk. Ah! Was intense. Stop. Oh, it's barbed wire. Oh, brilliant. spat of kneecapping. Don't make me get the gun. Put them down size. Ooh, those are quite good. Hello, trash can. Well, I'm not currently dying. This is an improvement on current events. I should definitely have enough mechanical parts now. I'm just going to get a few extra. Or as much as this wrench will allow. Not sure if having the higher detail on the vehicles has helped. Part of me just goes, if this was Terraria, I could pull out my magic mirror and just be home. But it's not. Well, chat, I think I've got all the parts to make a crafting table, and crafting table, workbench, the place where you make the things. Which means, apart from getting the XP now to get, what's it called? Blanking. Crucible, wrenches, steel, all that jazz. And I don't really know what to do right now. Sort of start digging out the pit more to make the house more defensive. That seems a little, you know, dull. Smidge. Cactus. Oh, that one didn't hurt me. Is that a nicer one than I have? It is. And the red ones go faster. What even was sleeping last night? Gotta go explore that town, village, hamlet. Yeah, it is what I think it is. It's gonna look cute with a little tile roof. Hopefully. Without a too obvious pit. Let's say what even was sleeping. That's 27. That's nearly enough. It's a good start. I need to do a workbench. XP, and I need construction tools 15. Alright then. Slowly collecting enough eggs to rule the world. Or is a very small specific part of it. Yeah, I need a clothes box, don't I? Also have to make a guns box at some point, but not yet. So I need construction tools level 15, so that's either a lot of construction work. I shouldn't be surprised. Yep. Very well-dressed man is making a mess of my house. This is a good day for these hats. Ooh. Stuff is ready to be harvested. And I have minor spicy nostalgias to Stu's 140k RPG game where we fought a possessed combine harvester. That was fun. If I remember correctly, the Psyker tried to one-on-one it, and I don't remember if they won or not. Lots of crops to harvest. This will be very productive. Keep us in the cornbread for longer. It's literally just becoming up for harvest as well, because those ones just haven't grown yet. So 49. I've got the coffee seeds, golden seeds. Oh, I've got blueberries yet. Should probably go find some blueberries out in the tundra. Words. One. No, trees growing to 900. Yeet. I've already managed to reach a point in the game where enough people have been helping that I am basically post-scarcity. For lots of things, anyway. The basics, anyway. Good times. Boop. One of these patches is not fully owed. I should have 98 and I've only got 95. I'm not seeing it. Those ones haven't grown. Goody. Oh. Two patches of chrysanthemums, because they're always useful. I didn't think that through. That's not what I'm trying to do, and you know it, Steve. What did I just do? Oh, good. Other seeds to plant. I guess I'll just plant around them. Hope they grow. So, I've got 9 left. You know what? I'll just plant these 9. Done. So, yuccas are growing over there. Corn, cotton, potato. I don't know how I favoured that, never mind. Not quite sure what you're trying to do there, Socky. Saw it. Hello. Cool. Right then, more trees. If you're still listening, Socky, feel free to do as you will. Also, feel free to join the VC if you will. It is your choice. Just please don't burn down the house. Yep. Fairly big gaps in the defences there, should probably deal with those. Words. Need to get on the roof. Might add some extensions to this house sometime. For now, construction will be very beneficial to me getting XP. Do you need tools making, Socky, if you can hear? Oh, I'm a thirsty boy. I try and avoid drinking during the day so I can be more productive at night time. In theory. So I've just got the end to do now. And any underneath works, so I feel like. Be careful not to press E too fast or you break your legs. So that end's done. This end is not done. She's a very noisy lady, isn't she? So I need to go. No, I'm just going to do the sides. On face. Yeah. Okay, so this should now just be a fairly simple rotation exercise. Unless I mess it up again. Dang it. Alright, how close am I to the right level? Construction tools level 15, so not too far off. Got frames to burn. We need frames. So I'm going to start by reinforcing the uprights. On the ground floor. Probably make some more cobblestone, shouldn't I? I can hear the wrench noises. How far's that put me? Construction tools. Almost there. Right then. Let's grab some cobblestone. I'm going to make this in lots of 500. Let's make another 1,000. Yep. It's looking kind of dull, it needs a fence, okay. Soon it's going to get a fence. Then we're really going to be living the dream. I need to get my wellness back up again. 18 per swing. Good times. It's not steel shovel territory, but you know, we'll get there. Anything that's happening this week? Well, I've got work twice today, so that'll be my afternoon. Different houses, I've got to do different jobs at different times. As it is now student season once again. Hey, +2 wellness. I think the amount of times I've just exhausted clay pits by literally just digging the entire thing out. It's a few. Remember the one on the original Sweden server? It was just this huge monstrous quarry that you could have fitted our house into. Oh, I tore most of that house down eventually. We replaced it with a castle that I kept falling off the roof of. Then the server crashed. Then it didn't matter anymore. I like to keep it nice and simple. Where I can now. That's 1200 clay. Well, I've got a nice square out quarry. Starting to get diminished returns in this shovel. You know what time it is then? Time to make a new shovel. Yeah, workbench is nearly done. I just need the a bit more XP from upgrading the rest of the house. I don't like to upgrade the wood, it looks dumb. Looks like tangerine crates. Oh, that'd be a nice jokey project, which would probably get my channel yeeted. Hello, Socky. You have not been in the voice chat for a while, I can see.
Hello.
Hello.
Right, fine, I've got something working.
Cool.
Because I'm currently elsewhere, so my stuff's all over the damn place.
Yeah.
And I need to stop crouching. I need to press run.
Minecraft.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, my muscle memory fortune is better for this than Minecraft, so... Ah, you died.
Ooh, I died. Yay! I'm not sure what of.
Hunger, most likely.
No, I pretty much ate everything. I think it was heat.
Do you need a poncho?
Yeah, I can't remember this. It's been ages since I played the game itself and going my way back to this.
No worry.
Yay, stuff. Okay, so what's going on?
You should probably take your hood off for a start.
Ooh, that'd help.
There's clothes upstairs in the locker.
And I was just remembering keys. Yep, way too much Minecraft.
Yeah. Haven't had the creativity to do much. Oh, I haven't unlocked it, have I?
Oh, I could break into it, but that'd be rude.
I mean, it works for me.
Ooh, helmet.
Yeah, there's a few of those.
Ooh, purple tank top. Yeah.
Tank top should probably do most of the job. You're not in the deep desert. Yeah, I need level 15 construction tools and I can make a workbench.
Yeah, I found a fairly decent wrench on my travels.
Alright. I've used one up, so I'm gonna use that.
You can have it.
Yeah. I only use them for taking stuff apart to make the first work table. Alright, how close am I? Oh, cool. I am that close.
Yay, cactus. Let's go fight some cactus.
I just realised I will be using my hammer to do that, and I now will need a new hammer. Well done, me. Well, I'm going to make some fencing to go around the house. Yeah, what tools will you need? Because I'll start making them in the crafting table.
I need pretty much everything.
Understandable.
Although I do have a whacking stick, but it's only level 25.
Oh, zombies.
Yay, XP, where? Okay.
By the farm.
74. Behind her.
Hose mad. Hose mad. Hose mad.
Oh, I'm not used to the way they lay down for ages.
Yeah. It's not the worst thing.
She gave me wood.
Gross.
I don't know. I mean, you know, it's the apocalypse. What else you got to do?
I mean, I'm right here.
Okay, I'm gonna pretend you didn't say that.
Have you not seen my character? It's a big titty orc lady.
Run away! Run away! Stand
Mate.
around.
I wish to poop the snoot.
I need drugs. Run away.
So there's a medical cabinet if you need bandages in the house.
I'm okay, I've got drugs. Lots of drugs, somehow.
I was mad. I was mad. I turned the textures up and it hasn't really done anything other than make the game look a bit weird.
Ooh, couple more.
Oh.
Not for long.
Waiting for my wood cutting level to be nice and for the local, you know, tree population to mature. Just planting exponentially more trees for a while.
What is it doing there? So used to the 17 controls.
No, I like the whole thing where doing stuff gets you XP. It's quite pleasant.
Yeah, that was good. I do like that part of it.
It's like, oh look, I'm cutting down loads of trees. Yeah, actually gets me relevant XP. Because I was working earlier that a 600 tree for most of the time will get you... You'd have to cut down like 200 to 250 to get the equivalent of killing one zombie. Maybe
Well,
not quite
with
that much,
17.
depends on the axe you've got.
Yeah, I noticed with 17, once you kind of got the trick of killing the zombies, it was just too easy. I mean, the Horde Knights were just pointless.
Yeah.
You make a little corridor, 2 blocks wide, barbed wire on either side, and then just stand at the other end, sniping them away.
Yep.
And as for levelling, just keep hitting rock all night.
Yeah. I like to do things for a purpose, which is
Yeah.
terrible affliction in games like this.
Well, what they've done with 18 is this whole book system.
Mm.
You get like different tier books, and as you read them, you gain like skills in that kind of level.
Are they doing it where
So
it's
it's
still
almost-
temporary?
Nope, it's
Oh.
RPG like.
Ah, so they've actually made it sensible.
Well, we shall see. I mean, I've not really
Hopefully.
watched all their videos. There's too many videos they keep putting out. It's like, yeah, just hurry up and put the game out.
I see it through the Discord notification, like the activity page.
Hmm.
'Cause it has a bit for games.
Yeah, I've been a bit distracted in that of late.
Let's get rid of some more scrap tools. Oof, I'm down quite a lot on material. Right, I'm going to start putting tools in the box above the forge.
Okay, nice one.
There's some slightly worn out stuff that you're welcome to use up while I'm making
I'm
new
sure
stuff.
I will.
So I'll make fresh stuff in the work table so it can be accessed.
Yay.
So I was going to make you a poncho.
I'll swap you that wrench for this wrench.
Alright.
A little better.
Not too fussed right now. Alright, I need to eat. This is apparently useful. Let's make another stack of arrowheads as a productive use of the forge.
Oh, I've got to learn to do the yucca juice. Dang.
No, you don't.
Or is it? I know I was in the fire, weren't I? What an idiot. Yep, I'm still in Minecraft mode. Empty glass jar. Oh, right, okay.
Yep. It's
Need a
the...
bottle of water. 17, I believe.
Yeah, you do. Which is really kind of defeating for the point I thought of the yucca juice being a desert, you know, alternative.
Yeah, they changed way too much.
I should maybe make a door into the garage, but I don't know. Not yet, anyway. Alright, what tools do I need to make beat sticks? Or in fact a bunch of arrowheads just in the storage as well, so that's something. I'd imagine you'll probably be wanting a bow of some flavour.
Oh, I'm sure I can come up with something.
I've used up all my wood apparently. Well done me.
It's so easily done.
Oh, I just made 30 more spikes. Alright, are there any trees that are... Nope, okay then.
I can make 7 spikes if you need them.
Oh, that's right, I'm just going to cut down a bit of some of these trees to get enough wood. There we go.
You can never have enough wood.
And then you send out Dali to go and get wood and he comes back with 3 stacks and you're like, but why though?
Never have enough wood.
So, fireworks.
Ooh, it's making that funny noise. I probably shouldn't go over here on my own.
Yeah.
Not very big trees, are they?
Not yet. Not a chance. Alright. Good morning, Karma. Miscellaneous crafting.
I'm going to use the excuse that I can't see chat.
No worries. There's equipment building up for you in the work table.
Work table. You have one.
Yeah.
Result.
That's why I'd had that worn out wrench. Hello, Steve.
Ooh, Bob Club. Lovely jubbly. And a decent bow. Nice.
It's nice how upgrading stuff gives you XP. I mean, it gave you like 1 XP at a time in the other mode, but...
I honestly do not remember.
it's
been
kind of
way too long.
slow to do anything.
It always is at first.
I know, but it felt much slower. Like, you want to farm? Yeah. You've got to get to level like 20 or 30. It's just like, who wants to do that much work to get, you know, a gardening implement? And it's like, okay, well I could just go and loot one, but chances of finding one to loot on your first look is low. If you're doing that much looting, you don't really need a farm, because you can just, you know, eat canned food and whatever.
Yeah, I managed to pick up the supply drop on the way here.
Oh, cool.
So I dropped off whatever I could.
Nice, I'll go and investigate. At some point.
There's not a lot in there. There's like SMG barrel and well, whatever else I dropped in the chest by the forge.
Understandable. Right, I've got my new pick. Why you like this?
Why not?
Because it looks shit.
You're not got to do the whole place now? Oh no. I have to reinforce the place now. Terrible.
It looks like we have glass windows. I only reinforce the stone as a means of getting XP.
Ah, it looks good. We just said council came in and did it. The theme of the week. And next week.
I heard noises. Why are people making noises? Thank you, Karma. Nice mini mansion. Thanks. I try. Yep. It'll get decorated eventually.
Heat strike with what I'm wearing? How?
Yeah, you put some fencing on the porch. I could extend the house out here sometime, but I don't know. Nice little garden to yeet things from. I've nearly got a poncho for you.
Nice. Is this the one where we still have to find clay deposits?
Yep, but there's a huge pile of them nearby.
Yeah, I was just looking on the map. Over there.
Where's that iron in that table? Have you been scrapping tools?
I do not scrap tools.
Okay, because there was just iron in that table and I've no idea why.
I'm guessing this hole in the ground is the clay.
Nope. That's just my dirt pit. Oh no, that one. That one is the, that was where a car exploded.
Ah.
That happens.
Oh well. Wasn't me this time. You can't prove it.
Understandable. Do you have a shovel? I forget.
I've got a very limited shovel.
Understandable. I kind of feel like it needs something. Like, definitely needs some fencing at the back. Maybe some kind of little porch at the front.
A couple of auto turrets.
I mean, yeah, that's later.
So where's this clay deposit thingy then?
It's the brown bit on the map to the east. Over on the next hill. It's quite big now.
Okay, stuck a waypoint on it. I'm probably going the wrong way.
I'll go stand next to it to help. I mean, I could probably build a turret, but I'm not quite sure what type of turret you mean.
I usually go for the shotgun types.
Yeah, the minigun turret just uses way too much ammo.
They don't seem to be effective for what they pay, you know.
I mean, it's fun if you've got like an excess of 9mm, but...
The only time I'd use an auto turret is against vultures. I mean, I don't know about this one, but in 17, as you level up, you get spitting vultures. They just vomit at you.
I think I've seen those.
Yeah, they're just a pain in the arse.
That's as much as I can be able to get for now, but...
Okay. Dead spade.
There should be a new one in the house. If not, there will be a new one in the house soon.
Just drop it in the forge then.
Yep, or in the box above the forge.
So 150, I'm sure you can build better.
Oh, I mean, in the box above the forge, and then it'll go in when there's time.
Okie dokie. This place needs a drawbridge.
It does. It's on the list.
How big's the list?
Quite.
Yeah, sounds about
We've got
right.
the crafting table by now, so
That's something.
we can do a lot with that progress. I can make my own mining helmets after I found 4 this morning.
Always the way.
It never rains, but it pours. Right. My yuccas are ready to harvest, but I'm going to wait till morning because it's kind of obnoxious trying to do that at night. That reminds me, I've got all those trees over there that I should add to. Sploosh.
Okay, so there's a hammer and a fire axe in the workbench.
Well, I'll add a shovel to my list.
Nice one.
I'd run out of wood, that was why I'd not made you a shovel.
I'm going to withhold comments.
I can keep digging. Oh yeah, you're probably, if not more attuned, at least a different angle on it. I've seen stuff about people planning to have, you know, riots on the 31st. I've not seen anything about protests on the 31st for the whole, the government is inevitably going to be like now and not doing Brexit again.
Oh, we shall see.
Because I'm thinking, do I get some tickets to, well, tickets to London so I can go and spectate? Because it can be good fun to go and spectate that kind of thing. You know, you find yourself, like, get a nice chair, just sit aside, with, like a drink or something, and just watch as the Antifa types turn out to attack literally anyone and everyone.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I've seen them do it. And people are like, oh, but Antifa are anti-fascist. I'm like, really?
Yeah,
Because they're not doing a very good job of it. You know. So it's kind of low key. Kind of sad, if you will. Low energy, even.
I'm waiting for the energy drink to kick in.
Yeah, it should be an entertaining event, if nothing else.
That's one way of putting it.
Well, my current prediction is based on. I need to turn that alarm off, as it's no longer relevant. Yeah, no, I meant to call this this playthrough the the UK from November 1st simulator.
Yep. Planes are going to drop out of the sky and prison gates are going to be sprung open and it's going to be like the Y2K all over again.
Yep, Europe will cease trading with us despite, you know...
Oh, of course they will.
Yeah. One thing, I've seen stuff that Brussels is apparently going to basically block anybody trying to trade with us. I don't know if that was trade deals or just trade in general. Because it would be quite a self-defeating move to be like, no, we're not going to trade with the UK, fuck y'all.
Who's Brussels again?
Brussels is the home of the EU.
Ah, right.
So
you know.
No, because I've seen a thing where it's like, if the hardest Brexit happens, and you know Brussels goes, nah, fuck you to the UK, Germany will have a recession, possible just complete crash within 2 years, because their automotive industry would get, you know, physically removed, which would be a shame, because you know, the German automotive industry didn't ask for this.
We live in interesting times.
Distress.
One of my favourite books, that was.
Oh yeah. May you live in interesting times.
One of the best insults going.
More of a curse, isn't it?
Yeah, it was.
And I can't remember which book it was where the luggage came back for Rincewind by dropping onto the Bursa.
Oh, now you're asking. It's been so long since I read those books.
Yeah. It might have been long enough now that I will have some benefit from reading them again.
Yeah.
My memory is often too good for books, so I will read them and then have memorized almost the entire content, so it's just, you know, reading as a thing to do as opposed to trying to do stuff like that. Like, I'm reading A Feast for the Crows right now because I couldn't find it when I was reading through Game of Thrones again. So although I've finished A Dance with Dragons, I'm now back to A Feast for the Crows. And yeah, I've got back to the King's Mut and it's just like, yep, this is the thing that happens.
Well, I've got the trilogy book, Rise of Nagash.
Oh.
And I managed to read through the first book. And it's great fun.
Oh.
Back when he was still kind of, well, human, I suppose.
Keep meaning to read some more of the Black Library stuff, it's just... I don't know. I don't do much of anything at all. Very exciting, I think.
Well, I'm quite happy with it being boring and not a lot going on.
Well, so I'm hoping that the withdrawal symptoms from my meds will stop soon, and I can get on with being a semi-functional human being. Here's hoping.
Ooh, a pistol barrel. I just need the rest of it.
I think what's next on the list of things to do. I think it's level 40 I've got to get up to get a crucible.
That's a lot of killing.
Oh yeah.
Sounds like fun.
Make McDonald's English again? What? I know it's FBP, which is follow back pro EU. And pretty much everyone who has that hashtag in their name is a verified loony. To the point where I actually just feel bad for them. That they live in such a state of, like, perpetual terror of themselves. It's kind of sad.
Yeah. That does sound good. Luckily, I've just been avoiding everything.
It's probably the best.
Yeah. People come up with silly things. They panic over nothing. And then when they realise they're panicking over nothing, they find something else to panic about. Or protest. Or moan about.
Yeah.
Same crap. Same stuff.
I just like to spectate this.
Oh yes. The popcorn industry is going to do well.
It's the whole, you know... I kind of want it to just get them to get on with it. For Brexit to happen, and then all these people who are like, oh, it's going to be the end of the world, to just be like, oh. Well, we look silly. Or for them to be correct, and then for everyone else to be like, oh, shit.
Yep. It's quite fun listening to people who are non-political, sort of trying to talk about what this no deal and all that is about.
That's the thing. Like, if people wanted this to happen, like in the government, it would have happened within the last 2 years. They've been like, okay, what can we agree on that's reasonable, but doesn't go against what we have said we would do? Some kind of trade agreement. Cool. Some kind of, you know, limited state of free movement of people.
Yeah.
That's the thing, if you had a limited state of free movement of people, that would, you know, just have it as an apply for a visa, but it's basically like a open visa type thing. then that would have, I'm sure, been accepted by both parties. Because you still have the free movement of people, but it's capped. So it's not free, but there's no limitations, sort of thing. Because normally if you get a visa, it's, you know, for a purpose.
Yeah.
But if you have a number of uncapped visas, you know, because at the moment there is no incentive for certain countries within most Eastern Europe to, you know, continue to be countries, basically. Which is kind of sad. There's no, Via's been saying in his videos when I've seen them that, like, Romania is a dying country because of the EU. Well, not, you know, not just because of the EU, but the free movement of people has made it so much worse. Because, hey, what's the wage for a highly educated person in Romania? Like, as a starting thing. Maybe $200 a month.
I have no idea how much money works out there.
Not as bad, but it's still $200 a month is not a lot.
Okay.
Because, you know, like, if you're a doctor and you're earning $200 a month, there is no incentive to stay in Romania. Because you could be a doctor in Germany for like $2,000 or $3,000 a month.
So you get
So everybody goes to other places if they can.
Okay, I can get that.
Which, you know,
Kind of sensible, you know.
it is. But that's the thing, all these people have now left Romania. And Romania, you know, who wants to be a doctor for a tenth the wage of, like, an adjacent country? So that's slowly draining out. Like, pretty much all of Romania's young people will just leave for at least some of the time. Which is kind of, you know, a problem, because how do you deal with, you know, stuff like this politically? Well, you need to vote on it. What if you're not in the country? You can't really vote, can you?
Yeah. Well, the more important thing is that Stephen says I should smash all the windows. So, where's my smashy stick?
I mean, you can do that, but I think he was meaning the Antifa people.
Oh, still going to do that, smash his windows.
Oof.
I just like the sound of breaking glass.
So, yeah, no, apparently that's the thing around a lot of, like, the place with the free movement of people, is that you just get... So, Dom, who I chatted to, has said that basically Ireland is just emptying of its young people, because there's no incentives to stay, because there's barely any jobs. And all the jobs they have are being taken by, you know, people who will work for the minimest of wages, which are invariably people who have, you know, got their economic refugee status. It's just, yeah, it's, you know, when you take the bottom out of your labour market, people aren't just going to be like, well, I guess I won't work then. You'll get quite a lot of them who'll go, huh, guess I'll go somewhere else. And that causes its own problems, because then you get, you know, the whole, but see, there aren't enough, you know, young people in these countries doing the jobs, so we need to bring in more people to, you know, keep it up. And it just makes the problem worse.
Yeah, because there's less people around who want to do the job.
Yeah. There's also
do it slap happy.
There's also the classic one of the, declining birth rates. This is bad. Also, we need to reduce populations because climate change.
Yeah, I've noticed apparently they're kind of pushing for reduced birth rates over here.
Yeah. But it's like, but if you have reduced birth rates to help climate change, then it's just like, someone needs to, you know, well, that's the thing, it's not so much someone, it's someone's, and the individuals need to just go, this is bullshit, and just stop paying attention.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing, if you have 2 children, you know, as as a pair, that's it. That's all you need to do. And, you know, you are not going to make climate change dramatically worse yourself overnight or anything like that. Because it's just maintaining things.
Climate change is tomorrow's problem. Sod it.
It's always been tomorrow's problem. And then you get people like... I think I saw a thing recently that Al Gore had spent like 10 million on a beachfront property and like Obama had spent like 15 million, and it's just like, if you were so worried about, you know, rising sea levels, why would you have bought that property? You know, according to you, it'll be gone next year.
Almost like they just tell you what to do and then do the complete opposite.
It's just like, what's, you know...
Almost like they just don't care.
Well, it's also the whole, you know, I'm sure you'll have heard of, is it Thunberg? Greta Thunberg's, like, cross-Atlantic rowing trip, or whatever, to prove that, you know, she's being good for the environment, with crews that had to be flown in internationally to like, you know, deal with the boat. And then another crew that will have to be flown in to take the boat home again.
Yeah,
therefore generating significantly more than if she'd just taken the flight herself. Also, that's another one of those people using their kids to virtue signal. And apparently her parents, or at least one of them, is a really hardcore, like, Antifa leftist.
Oh dear.
And it's just like, could you stop, please? It's just embarrassing.
To save the environment, we need to wipe out the middle class.
Tap's head.
I think that would help.
It would solve a lot of problems, but, you know, that's not a solution.
No, but it'd be fun to watch. For me, at least.
I would have some kind of, you know, middle ground on this point, but... As I say,
you see.
it's a lot of the protesters you see are underemployed, you know, middle class people. Like that is just a thing. Like all these like university protesters tend to invariably be kind of middle class, like, you know, posh kids basically, like playing around being like anarchists and stuff. And
yeah, but that was back in the 70s that was going on as well.
Oh, I know, but it's still the same thing.
Yeah, and they're going on like it's a new thing that they've invented, and it's like, yeah, okay. Go watch the young ones.
Yeah.
Be like Rick.
Yeah. But, no, it's just so much fun. It's just like... You know, it's all these people who are like, you know, we need to be accepting, and the whole, you know, kids need to be able to vote now, and all that jazz.
Right.
And it's just like, could we
As
stop?
somebody who holds all the intersectional cards, and I'm pretty sure I do, I'm going to say I do not need to be inclusive. And they can't argue with me because, you know, I've got all the cards. People should be judged on merit.
That sounds like racism to me.
I can't be racist because I'm like 1 millionth black.
It's just so much stuff is just, it's all so tiresome.
Yep.
Hi,
I've
chat.
actually met
We're
people
having
like
a
that.
nice morning.
Yeah, everybody's like, you know, final solution, purge, and it's like, okay, I'll go along with an exterminatus.
This thing, like,
A nice happy one.
I've seen a lot of the cases where these people will get called out and they won't even realise it. Like the whole, you know, Trump's thing of, well, you know, if all these cities are going to be like, oh, we want to be like sanctuary cities, we want to, you know, look after all these poor, like, like, you know, like refugees and stuff, you know, that needs to be a thing we need to do. And he goes, ah, cool, so you're going to have them all in your cities? And they went, no. It's like, it's the whole...
Not in my backyard.
Yeah, that's the thing, it's the not in my backyard. And it's just like that. You can't just live in a bubble where everyone else has to do things but you. Because that just leads to, you know...
Welcome to the middle class.
Yeah.
You know.
It's just... It's the...
Do what we tell you.
We need to, like, do more for migrants. And it's like, alright, if you want to have, like, migrant children, foster them. I'm sure the system would allow this, you know. Have them in your house. Oh wait, how many news stories have you seen or heard of people who have actually done that and have then either been murdered, robbed, you know, struggle cuddled, including some people who are like much older, and it's just like these people are well-meaning, but they have not, you know,
lived in the real world.
Well, that's the thing, they live in the real world, but they don't, you know, you have all this media that goes, oh, look at these, you know, look at these struggling, like, child refugees, we need to help them. And you find out the child refugee is a 6'5" guy with a beard. And it's like, I don't think you're 7, but you say you are, and we're meant to, you know...
Yeah,
just
right.
It's just like...
seen that enough.
And that's the thing, and it's the disconnect of... Some of these people are clearly doing it from bad intent. And some of these people are legit. And it's just that thing of treat the people who are legit as being legit, and the people who aren't legit as not legit.
Exactly.
And have the middle ground. Don't just be like, all of them need these things. It's like the whole, you know, universal basic income. Like, you know, millionaires and whatever can get that extra $1,000 a month sort of thing to keep them going, and it's just like they're not going to care. And it's a small amount, like consequentially, but across like the system, that's
stupid amount.
Yeah, so it's just like just have it means tested, like so many of these things, and it's just like. Everything has to be black and white unless it's something you don't agree with. In which case it will be many, many shades of grey. And it's, again, it's just the call for a middle ground everywhere it's not needed, and a call for black and white everywhere it's grey. Does seem to just be so much of it, and it's just like... Well, it's the thing, Dylan, you know, I see regular things in the news of, you know, like Royal Navy and, like, Coast Guard vessels and stuff picking up migrants, you know, from France.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I didn't think France was a war zone.
Not last time I checked, mind you, I mean, the Orange Vest protests were quite brutal.
Oh yeah, but that's the thing. It's people going, these are refugees from France, and it's just like, stop changing what words mean.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, you can have refugees, but if they have gotten to France, they have stopped being refugees.
Exactly.
You know, Europe at the moment, at least, is not currently in a state of, you know, war that would generate refugees.
However, now you're nitpicking, apparently.
Yeah.
But they're fleeing for their lives. No, they're fleeing for an easy life. Okay, I don't blame them for that, but come on.
Well, it's like the whole argument I had with some of my sister's friends on Facebook back before I had a bigger purge of it and just took it down to like work stuff. Was
Facebook
the whole
purging.
It was the whole punch Nazis debate, and it's like, all right, so you find someone who you assume is a Nazi, and you assault them, okay? Tell me how you have the moral high ground. Oh, I'd only do it in self-defense. It's like, okay, right. So it's not punch Nazis, it's defend yourself from them. And that's a big distinction there, isn't it?
Right, so if you're going to punch a Nazi, basically you're saying, let's beat up old people.
Yeah, that's it.
Because, as far as I know, most Nazis are dead.
Or in Argentina.
If they're talking about neo-Nazis, Okay, that's a different story altogether. Most neo-Nazis wear black and go under the guise of anti-fascists.
Yeah, it's the same principle, just a different target. It's also the whole far-right label means nothing. Like, I've seen someone whose definition of far-right was anyone who is for closed borders, anyone who is a capitalist, and I think there was another one, and I can't remember what it was, but that was literally their 3 points for being a far-right. You're a closed borders capitalist.
I've been called everything, including far right, far left, communist, capitalist.
My favourite one was the I'm far right because I own a black trench coat that I was wearing to a LARP game where I had a character who was like a witch doctor. Not a witch doctor, like a plague doctor.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So that clearly makes me, oh, you're wearing a black trench coat. Must be, you know, some kind of neo-Nazi. And it's just like, alright then.
I do have a long leather, like, trench coat. And I wear German para boots with it.
Because they're the best.
And then I dye my hair, you know, pure white. And I just walk through, I stormtroop through the town, and the reactions I get is quite amusing.
Yeah, as Karma says, so American. Yeah. You know, if you're... That's the thing, it's just these terms are so open and so vague that it's just... It could be anybody. Literally anybody can be twisted to fit these systems. Like, you know, I like the one of Count Dankula being called a fascist when he's a libertarian for small government.
It's retarded, isn't it?
It's just, That's the thing, like, all these people who are like, oh, they're liberals, and it's like, they're not liberals, are they? Because if they were liberals, they wouldn't be for authoritarianism.
Dang, I got murked by a cheerleader.
Headmasters, why do you people do this to me? I'm not complaining, I'm just... I don't understand.
Ah!
Thank you, Stephen, for the $sign. Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to the Brexit debate.
Pop it down!
No, I'm looking forward to all the Brexit stuff kicking off, because it's going to be like, okay... Because it's all these people going, oh, but 44 million people didn't want this to happen. It's like, no. 16 million people didn't want this to happen. I think like 20 million people didn't just didn't give a fuck. No.
That sounds about right.
And people are like, okay, if you're going to say that your side has all the people who are on the middle ground, then both sides can.
I'm gonna go with nuke the EU. I did actually have somebody from the States arguing that, you know, we should have the, you know, no deal is a bad thing.
Why though? That's the thing. Yeah, no deal isn't the optimal situation, but given the current situation is vassaldom or no deal, I mean, you know, better to live on your feet, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Well, technically, it would be to. That's not the right analogy. Shut up, me. But it's still the thing of, you know, it's the vassaldom deal or the not vassaldom deal, and it's like, let me just go to the big think room for a second. Let's go look at this crate.
It's right by my backpack, so...
Cool. Socky's gonna look at that crate.
Socky will loot everything.
Why would you nuke Ireland? There's barely anyone there. At the moment.
You don't want to nuke islands.
Oh, have you seen the... Oh yeah, that's the other thing that I know a lot of the smaller European countries are kind of... I don't know what it is. I think it's a Muppet, like, the meme with, like... I think they're holding, like, a coffee cup. And you just see them kind of staring one way, and then you see them, like, in the next panel, they're looking round. And it's just the other European countries will have to foot the bill when the UK eventually leaves. And it's just them going, what now?
This is it though. There's a few other countries sort of thinking about pulling out the EU. So this is why another reason why they're just mucking about with the whole Brexit thing.
Well,
Put them
yeah,
off.
it's because they don't want to leave. Because leaving is, you know, difficult.
It means they might actually have to work in Parliament.
Oh yeah, because it's one of the things I've seen, and it's a reasonable argument. It's just not a good argument, if that makes any sense. Is someone I know on Facebook from other things? They are they're a hardcore Remainer, but they're also a reasonable person most of the time, which makes it quite pleasant to at least, you know, interact with them.
If you can discuss things over with people, great.
Yeah. But as I say, they have the thing of, you know, look at all the good things the EU's done, and it's just like, yeah. And we could have done those things. We just didn't. Now, the problem isn't that the EU is good, the problem is that our politicians are shit.
Exactly.
And that's the thing, it's like, what happens? It's like, oh, but, you know, the EU helps keep, like, you know, the different countries' power in check. And it's like, okay, and what if and who keeps the EU in check? Because that's the same problem, is if you need a higher power to be beholden to, at that point you just end up with, you know, like, fucking communism. Because you always have the higher power is, you know, the state. And it's just sort of like, alright then. But
So what about this EU army thing?
I gather that's already a thing that we're signed up for, so...
Oh, I see, okay, so
yeah.
the EU that's not going to have an army.
Oh yeah, but that's...
You can't wait. You know they're going to invade America at some point. It's going to happen. They're going to try.
Or Russia.
Oh, Russia's going to be the first one, I imagine.
I'd imagine that'll be done sometime around, like, October, November time. You know, it's tradition to invade Russia in winter. There's just so much... What's the word I'm thinking of here? Ill thought out, like, just...
Excuse me.
What's the word? Brain.
Oh, I try not to.
Oh yeah, yeah, as it kind of says, who watches the Watchmen? At which point you say, the answer to that is the other Watchmen. They have to watch each other. Because, you know... As I have probably mentioned in the past, I am, you know, the pro-feudalism. But after someone had a really long autistic rant at me, I would add the tag of neo-feudalism, where it has, you know, modern values just in a feudalistic system. Where you have, you know, degrees of local government that are beholden to the higher up tier. So it's not a case of, like, having, like, a lord or something. It's your MP is actually, you know, beholden to you. And, like, your village, you know, mayor or whatever, is beholden, like, you know, it goes up in tiers and such. So
I'd be happy with just open tyranny. You know who the leader is.
Yeah.
Get on with it.
Yeah.
North Korea had it right.
I mean...
You knew who it was.
I mean, for all the fact that country is, like, an awful shithole, it works.
Exactly. Things get done.
But no, at the moment it is just the Parliament deciding that they know best, and that they don't need to do...
They know what's best for themselves.
Yeah, they decide that they know best, therefore they don't need to do anything that their constituents want. They don't need to, you know... Because the thing, like, for all of the people going, you know, if this doesn't go through, shit's gonna go down, and it's just like...
Yeah,
You're just
right.
going to get massive disenfranchisement with the whole system, because would you vote knowing that your vote is completely pointless? And not just the normal, you know, one vote in like 60 million or whatever, like, it is meaningless.
Exactly. It always has been, though, but
But
people always
I
have that
know that
illusion.
me voting for like small independent parties mostly, in local elections, isn't going to, you know, they're not going to win. But I know that it's... You know, it's supporting that candidate, to, you know, show that there is support for that type of doing things, rather than going for the big pies. But if you were literally voting for, you know, nobody, but not even like the spoiled ballot nobody, just literally you vote for the option of no. Because that's how it seems like with like the referendum results now. What is, you know, this will be a binding referendum, you know, it'll be like a once in a generation thing where you will get the say and we will do what you say.
How
We're
about
not
we make
doing
it more
this.
fun? Right, the losing party has to sacrifice like one of their constituents, one of their party members, and I mean sacrifice as in guillotine them, and that'd make it more fun because then they'd probably be like a little bit more like, oh, let's do things properly.
Well, have you seen all the things where people are going, hey, hold up a second, with all of these people defecting from their parties recently, and everyone going, yeah, that should trigger a by-election. You shouldn't just be able to, like, change your political fucking alignment like that. You can't go from being the kind of centre-right conservative to being the hard-left, like, authoritarian, like leftist, and just expect your constituents to be like, ah, well, you know, it happens, sort of thing. Because I gather there's also a lot of places now that are actually, you know, going, yeah, give us a fucking by-election. Because you've got people who are just, you know, flip-flopping between their pies, and it's just like, no, these people should have to stand for election if they're going to change sides in the middle of all this. And is that an inconvenient thing at the time? Yeah. But you don't just get to, you know, you're the elected representative. You represent the people who voted you in. You don't get to be like, well, I changed my mind. You know, that would be like going, well, I was going to use the example of Theresa May, but that's,
Yeah. We do mention her.
Yeah, as a slightly more current example, that'd be a bit like if Boris Johnson went, right, well, as the leader of the Labour Party, and people would be like, hold up, what?
Yeah.
It's just like, people need
The real question is, though, does Parliament actually have any real power? Because, to me, that's just a puppet show.
I mean, allegedly they do, but if you don't vote, you have no rights. This thing, I have, even in the elections where I've not wanted to do anything, I have voted by spoiling my ballot or voting for a third party.
Right, I will actually turn around and call bullshit on that. That if you don't vote, you have to complain. Bollocks to that.
Protest vote. You don't vote because it's
I
not
don't
because
vote because nobody there represents me. Therefore, why should I go out of my way, spend my time and effort thinking of voting for somebody who's going to go against whatever my wishes are?
I mean,
that's not a vote. That is choosing your own enslavement or your own master. Screw that.
I would add, I vote for the spoiled ballot on the majority of occasions.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because, you know, fuck all else I can to do at the moment, so going out and writing in, you know, I think at the last general election I wrote Pepe in down the candidate boxes.
Nice.
Because
why not?
I mean, local politics is a joke. We're a Labour stronghold. Doesn't matter what I vote for, unless if I'm not voting for Labour. Well, that's fine though, but you know, I can accept that locally at least she seems to be doing a good job. Like, you know, my city is pretty decent. You know, it's not got massive amounts of homeless people. It's not got, you know, it's a very clean city. It's got really good public transport. I also think it's got pretty high council taxes to go with that, but you know, it works. It's not, you know, it doesn't seem obviously corrupt. Hey, you know, socially at least, locally, yeah, Labour works. Not going to complain. The thing is though, I would like someone who does things like Labour, but isn't Labour. Because I know it's one of the things that I managed to cause a huge stink at one point was, I think it was a few general elections ago. I basically posted on my Facebook, I'm not going to vote for Labour this election, changed my mind. At which point, all kinds of people just read at me and it was hilarious.
all the working lives, my parents were die-hard Labour voters, and it weren't until like they came to the age of retirement and see what actually happened and see what Labour really did to them that I was like, you know what? I think you're right. You know, Conservative probably would have been a better way to go. This is it. People just change their views because Labour don't represent the people.
No,
They represent themselves.
well, it's Corbyn with his, you know, £137,000 a year salary going, oh, these rich people don't represent us, and it's just like, fuck off, Jeremy.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you're not like super rich, but you know,
Pot
I
kettle.
earn less than £4,000 a year. You can fuck off, mate.
Yeah,
That's-
donations don't count, do they? Yeah.
I don't. Well, okay. I think last year I earned about £4,000. And hey, you know, I work for that. I don't get, you know.
I mean, with like people like Corbyn, you know, they like they say
yeah,
like, oh,
but it's
I don't get a lot of money, and it's like, no, you get it given to you. You've
yeah,
always
it's
had
like,
it given to you.
my problem with Corbyn is not just the hypocrisy; it's the fact that he seems to actively hate the UK.
Well, you know, maybe
when
he's
you-
going to join his refugee.
Well, it's more, you know, it's the we need justice for all of these IRA members who have been wrongfully imprisoned, and it's just like, or
Yeah. Yeah.
or
I'm
you
pretty
could
sure
be,
this
or
is
you could be
police.
more worried about, you know, local, like, problems to your constituency, or, you know, what's the word? Your own country. Like, and it's just like, could you stop being fucking idiots for just a little while, please?
I don't think it's possible then.
Apparently,
But people
not.
allow it.
Yeah.
People allow it. So I blame people
I
as
think
well.
I have seen all. The creepiest thing is seeing like the 18 and 19-year-old students who will go like all doughy-eyed for him. And it's like, oh, he's, you know, saying all
Oh.
these like things. It's like, all right, what's he actually fucking done? He's a career politician.
Yeah, all
You
he
know.
does is just talk.
He talks and he talks and he talks, and he supports good ideas some days, and he supports terrible ideas other days, and it's just like, alright, what's he done? Because, you know, I'm not saying that anyone I've necessarily supported is any better, but I don't pretend they are.
Hmm.
It's just, ugh. Very disenfranchising, but yeah, a spoiled ballot is a vote for fuck the system as far as I'm concerned. I can respect the you don't vote because why would you take part in politics that is actively against your interests? I can respect that one. Not voting because you can't be fucked is also, as far as I'm concerned, an acceptable position. Because again,
Okay,
why vote
why
for no one
choose-
you care about?
Why choose, you know? I mean, somebody says to you, no, here's a bottle of poison and here's some glass. You've got to eat one.
Oh, people are saying that about Brexit all the time, and it's like, alright, cool. We're not voting for do you want to, like, die by laceration or die by poison, are we? We're going, do you want your country to be free and have its own choices, or do you want your country to be, you know, in servitude to a different country? That
Yeah,
isn't
that's
even a country,
different.
it's just a government. And that's the thing, you know, people are like, oh, but, you know, the EU's not like that. It's like, no, it just straight up is at this point. They have brought in legislation, because I was watching it with all the Article 13, 15 stuff going through. And I watched one thing, and it was a piece of legislation which is all vehicles will be required to have trackers in them when built new, from whenever the legislation comes in. As a, I believe they had it as a way of preventing theft, was how they worded it. Because then you always know where your car is. But what it also does is it means they always know exactly where you are. How fast
Like
you're
they do
going.
with the, like they do with your cards and your phone and what
Yeah,
else.
it's a way of tracking everybody. And they want to have the
We live in a
social
t-
credit system so that you can track everybody. And it's just like, I don't
We live
want
in-
authoritarianism,
Hey.
believe it or not. Call me some kind of right-wing extremist that I don't want authoritarianism.
Okay, I'm going to say it's not authoritarian. We live in a technocracy, which basically means that you're being monitored all the time.
The thing is, we're being monitored all the time for people who have no idea how the system even works. Because I know thankyou asked someone at the EU, you know, what happens, you know, how are you going to enforce this? You know, there aren't algorithms that are capable of dealing with this much volume. To which the reply was, what's an algorithm? And it's just like,
Yeah.
these are the people who have not, in most cases, been elected to rule over you. They don't even know what they're on about. They're just voting it through and going, yeah! I'm sure you've all seen the video of the EU, like, Parliament going, woohoo, when they voted for Article 13 the first time round, and it's just like...
Yeah.
You literally are such boomers, you don't even understand what you're voting for. And you're applauding it. Because what is it, the Orwell quote, you know... The destruction of society will be cheered by those responsible.
That does sound about right.
Oh, wabbit!
Kill it. I mean, hug it.
Don't even know where it's gone. No, that's gone. Alright.
You lost a rabbit? Oh no.
But, yeah, no, it's just... No, I say, some of the people they wheel out... Oh, there was one that was going around Twitter and Facebook, I think yesterday, and it's this lady who is off her fucking meds by the look of it. Just reeing and crying that, you know, the EU is ruined, like, the Brexit will ruin her life. She's lived in this country for 20 years. You're going to separate her from her children. And it's just like, you've lived here for 20 years and you've never looked into the paperwork to become a resident. You're married to someone who lives here.
Well,
what?
You know.
How is that?
These people are very unthinking, aren't they?
Yeah, it's the, you can't do this because I will be sad because I was lazy, is seemingly the gist of it, and it's just like, why? Why is that the justification for, you know, well, that French lady's crying, guess we'll just ignore democracy. Oh
Having
wait,
said that,
we're already ignoring democracy.
We do live in a phase now where feelings are more important than facts.
Oh yeah, feelings don't care about your facts.
Which is, you know, that's really good, you know, good at, you know, pointing out, yeah, gravity doesn't care about you either. You know, jump off a roof and, you know, if you feel good, you shall fly.
Yeah.
Prove me wrong.
I'm just complaining at this point because I'm tired of it all. So I hope you've been enjoying this chat.
I'd say it's a bit political, weren't it?
What can people do against a government that doesn't give a fuck, that doesn't result in you being arrested?
That's interesting. My skill in mining went up, chopping down a tree.
Yeah.
Okay.
It should really be called resource gathering and not mining, but...
It could have been worse.
Yeah, no, it's just... That's the thing, like, for the longest time, I was so apathetic to all the Brexit stuff. I was just like, you know, whatever, get on with it sort of thing. And then it's just turned into more and more people losing their minds. And it's just like, yeah,
you
know
can't lose what you never had.
You know, I've gone from I didn't care to now you're making me care, and you're making me go, you're all a bunch of entitled cunts. Get the fuck out.
Yeah, I have kind of noticed that, you know, that you've got a stance on it now. It's like...
Well, I had a stance on it for ages, I just wanted to be vocal about it because it didn't matter. And now it's just, you know...
This is it, you know, they say, well, you've got to pick a side. Okay.
Oh, you picked the wrong side. Okay.
It's like, doesn't matter what you do. So, in the end of the day, just fuck it. I do what I do.
Yeah.
Deal with it.
This stream has been brought to you by sleep deprivation. Because I woke up in lots of pain at like 8 o'clock this morning when I went to bed about 3.
Ooh,
Good
that's
times.
never good.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm just... The more of it I see, the less of it I care for anybody who is just crying about the results at this point. Also, I just heard that rabbit die.
Oh, they make a lovely noise when they die.
That's one way of putting it, I guess.
Sorry, did I say lovely? I meant terrifying.
Well, that...
Yeah, like a, you know, Brexit supporter.
Oh, some of those people are just... Like, I think they should be recorded for posterity. As an example of how not to politics. Like, the people who dress up in all of their little blue and stars, like, little uniforms, and then get, like, tambourines and just, like, run around screaming at people, and it's just like... What? What's going on here?
Oh, it's just hilarious, though.
It's like...
I can only laugh at these morons.
It's like, I'll show them how we have the, you know, superior argument.
Yeah, I'm going to win my argument by, you know, screaming at you.
The thing is, you know what I'm going to be doing on the 31st if I don't go and spectate the protesters? Is probably playing video games like I do every day and going, seems to be less EU students coming to look at all the houses this year. That's a thing. Because, you know, I work in the student property market, in that I do a lot of maintenance work, and yeah, lots of international students this year. Quite a few local students, like domestic students, but very few international, like EU students. It's almost like they don't know what the fuck's going on, and have, you know, stayed away.
Are you the guy that goes around installing all the cameras for, like, you know, university students naked and stuff like that?
No.
I'm pretty sure you run that Pornhub channel.
No.
And there's a load of X's in chat.
No.
No. Oh. No, I just kind of a bit bothered with the politics.
Yeah, it's the best.
It makes no sense because you can argue either side. Well, I can argue either side. I just can't be bothered. I actually thought about becoming a politician when I was younger because I didn't want to get a job and I wanted to get loads of money.
An honest answer.
I wish that was a lie, but it is the truth. Because I noticed that's how politics works.
Right, I'm going to cut down this tree and then I think I'm going to end the stream there because... What is the state of this country? Got a month and a half until we become like an international meme. So I hope you enjoy your day. I might be back later if I've got all my work done and people are about. Auf Wiedersehen!